हेलो एवरीबॉडी। आज कुछ क्वेश्चंस कोरा से करते हैं। दिस इज कॉल्ड कोरा रीड आउट। वन ऑफ द टॉप क्वेश्चंस इज हाउ डू यू एक्सरसाइज योर माइंड फॉर मेंटल फिटनेस? And what I had to write about this question was kudos to the top question. For me, it's meditation. Truth is more and more meditation, but then along with it, there isn't any day in my life I take no pain, as in physical pain in form of any exercise routine, be it as short as 15 minutes. Overall point here is physical pain is what I feel is some kind of a drug for me now to maybe have that pleasure in mind as well. So be it 10 minutes power yoga or a core or back workout session, anything that can induce some kind of stress over muscles and joints feels like a day lived well. So happy living, happy workouts, happy meditation. The overall point of the question and this incredible question was, what do you do as well for your mental fitness? And I think meditation is the right choice and right answer any day, anytime, 24/7 into 365 days if it were for me to suggest to anybody. Another question that came my way was, can I walk 6 miles every day or every other day to see better results? What I had to say about this was this. Well, go for David Goggins stuff. I hope many of you already know David Goggins, who really he is, the exceptional Navy Marine, retired Marine, who has set off many world records, is a marathon specialist and ultra marathons, I should say. He runs about 200 miles as well. Incredible man. And if one gets to see David Goggins stuff, I mean, I'm sure then these daily workouts and other challenges are like on very smaller levels of hardships. Right, so can I walk 6 miles every day or every other day to see better results? Well, go for David Goggins stuff. Google him now if you don't know about David already. 6 miles for starter and forming habits is good, but I would say aim for that ultra marathon, like at least 50 miles or 100 miles. Give your all. How do I get up at 5 a.m., go to gym, work, and read a few chapters of a book every day without being burned out? That came in my way. Well, there is only one answer I could think of writing here, and that is, can I respond by pointing out here that one can never burn up if can get minimum 7 hours of sleep? Why do I say here sleep? I think the importance of sleep is very underrated in many of our lives. I have lived that life as well for quite some time, where I felt like maybe 5 hours of sleep, 6 hours of sleep, and less than sometimes 5 hours of sleep is also good. The reality is, I think it actually depends on people and everybody else, but it's very personal as well. But most of the times I feel when you have adequate sleep, at least for 6-7 hours or maybe minimum 6 hours, and within 6 to 8 hours you are good to go by with most of your productivity. If you're looking for increase in productivity, you'll have to have adequate sleep. This is what I feel. Which singular fitness habit could be life changing? And to that I can say 24/7/365 nutritional diet, and avoiding the junk and sugar throughout is the top fitness mantra here, if you are asking about singular fitness habit. Another question is, what should I do when I get tired after 10 minutes of cardio workout and start hating it, but my trainer says me to do at least 30 minutes? I'm a beginner and want to improve stamina. Could my stamina increase if I start with 15 minutes? Well, To this, I responded by saying, I can only suggest you to improve your existing game slowly and consistently. That is, maybe start with 12 minutes and then 2 weeks later try increasing to 15 minutes and achieve consistency over 15-minute interval, and few weeks later approach a consistent 25 minutes interval. I mean, here is an incredible Russian thought, I would say, where I heard in many of the podcasts and as well as read out in many books. They say like it really doesn't matter if you do a single day workout for 2.5 hours or 3 hours when you feel pumped and are not really motivated to consistently do over a period of time, like at least 6 months. Can I say 1.5 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years? So many of the incredible Russian athletes, the USSR athletes who made incredible world records during 1950s up until 1970s, before, where they the overall point is, the Russian mindset is, if you want to do and gain something worthwhile, so it is only achievable with consistent efforts, and those efforts will be like, let's say 15 minutes of power yoga, and that is done consistently for over a period of a time for like say 4 months, 8 months, 12 months. They add up basically, and that becomes a compounding result for anyone who is practicing that. But to say that you are doing 2.5 hour workout on Monday and then you skip your workouts and directly go on Friday or Thursday, or let's just say you are working out just 3 times a week for whatever reasons, I think then that may not compound enough to when it comes down to results taking over in 365 days, or let's say in 2 years. So I think the approach here is very sound and very clear, and turtle is winning against rabbit any day. We all know that, right? So another question is, what are the differences between steady state cardio and high intensity interval training? HIIT is being asked here, and all I have to say about that is kudos to you, first of all, for coming up with this question. Significant point of difference between any steady routine versus any high intensity training routine is that when it comes to shocking the body, right? When it comes to shocking the body and breaking that monotony of comfortable workouts, you need some kind of intensity to signal growth to your physique and your body routine, which it is used to that level of comfortness. So basically you have to just shock your body. You have to let your body think like there is some dramatic change in the way we approached the normal workouts usually, and that's where the concept of high intensity interval training comes into picture, where it is all about shocking your body for some minimum amount of time, whatever amount of time possible, and see the results that are coming up. So HIIT often is used and consistently routined by pro athletes who compete and have varying fitness goals, as you cannot do some kind of workouts over the years to achieve any major results, and when stakes are really high, you go with HIIT to bring up the best. The coded version is, if one undergoes HIIT, one has to be extra cautious on nutritious feeding as well. That becomes so much more important than being with any normal routine. I mean, this is a hallmark for any of the fitness advisors that are out there, and none of the fitness advisors are complete without having to say the importance of nutrition. From my personal point of view, over a decade years of experience in the fitness domain, I could really say that 96% to 97% of it is really your nutrition, what goes inside your body post your workout, before your workout. And since it is a 24/7 process, I think the process is the highest quality of meal that is going inside your body is the overall difference it is making on the results, be it strength training, be it physical posture training, be it bodybuilding show off competition, be it any other athletic program you are competing for, you are training training for. So your training is basically the results of whatever the meals you are consuming, how proper your sleep was, is your water intake really adequate, and overall thing is how are your stress levels, so all of these factors make a lot of difference in the overall results. What is the best workout routine for an 18-year-old to reduce fat? Again, fat loss is one of the burning concepts that has been there for decades, years, hundreds of years, and it's going always. The answer is going to be simple. This is what I had to say to this 18-year-old kid. For an 18-year-old, in fact, any vulnerable fitness enthusiast and wanting to lose fat, I would suggest that pick up a morning workout hour or in the evening as per situation, but never break it. And again, do it consistently with all the fundas and fitness mantras, and the typical topmost one being your nutrition. I would even take this opportunity to say and really claim that you don't really have to even start your workouts if you are not ready to give yourself a chance to have yourself fed with nutritious meal. The importance of that is the highest in the fitness field. If you have access to quality food, and we do have, right, it's just the choices we make sometimes, and non-informative world that having the junks is doing replacement of nutrition and nutritious value of food, but really junks are not the answer. And I can really say that if you can feed yourself on point, you are not gaining weight if you have a weight gain problem, and the fatty part is not going to be there anyways. It's gonna reduce even if you do not have access to top gyms, or let me say if you are not that a workout freak. So with nutrition itself, I have done it on myself as well. With minimum efforts, minimum workouts, I have myself reduced 20 kgs. I happen to be an obese guy 16 months ago. Post COVID, what had happened was when the gyms were, we all know about lockdown situations. So whatever the reasons were, I wasn't able to work out and wanted to somehow, have for various reasons have access to junk foods. And what it did to my body was I gained a lot of weight within these 16-20 months, and I happened to be over a ton. Weighing myself, and I felt like my body felt like it's gonna be retired sooner than even the younger athletes, and it did not feel well. And with the help of nutrition and minimum possible workouts, I was able to lose 30 kgs within 8 months, or 29 weeks, 29 to 33 weeks, I would say. So results started showing up because I was weighing 106 kgs at the end of 2021, and this is October 2022 we are talking about. And I do not weigh that much right now, and all I did was not really those heavy workouts or access to top gyms. I concentrated on my nutrition, other fitness mantras, adequate sleep, and try to sort of balance out my meals and be a bit stricter on my diet this time. So I avoided junk. I had plenty of water intake, adequate sleep, had monitored my stress levels. Consciously I practiced my a lot of other things to just balance out all of these things to result in the weight loss I'm talking about, right? So what are the best gym photos of you and why? So I have written something, but that is like photos, so you go and check out my Instagram, or just started my YouTube. There you could find few workouts that I did when I started off in Pune. Other than that, this question doesn't make sense to be read out because it's on photos. Does working out in gym make you a better athlete or a sports person? Well, I think most of the sports professionals and athletes do train at gyms apart from their specific routine sport trainings. Maybe not everyone that trains at a gym becomes better, but pros who are already in the game leading from front can't either survive without regularly training at gym. Also, idea of gym is to get better version of yourself. So yes, undoubtedly working out at a gym, which is necessary practice to many top athletes, makes them stay or better at their game. Even for a regular guy training at gym regularly, surely is going to get him off better than before. Happy workouts, train regularly. Why is my running stamina not increasing despite running regularly? Well, please go through below questions only for your own sake and being honest and truthful to yourself. Is your diet, daily nutritional intake on point? Question number 1. Numbers 2 will be, is your patience game on point as well? Are you allowing your body enough time? Are you only measuring your results within weeks? And if you're saying within weeks you are measuring your results, what's the background? Are you already an athlete who is already knows the process, how weight loss is done, how results are achieved? Third point is your sleep really on point? Have you done stress management lately and are consistent enough to manage stress on daily basis? Wishing the best for future. Can a brisk walk and running be equally helpful? So any effort with consistency will amount to very helpful results for getting in shape. All the best. Why do I feel unsatisfied with my workout session if it doesn't completely exhaust me? I think you should feel pretty satisfied, at least for a fact that you showed up for the planned workout no matter what, and executed the planned workout. So kudos on that point if that has been done. How do you exercise for a dislocated wrist? I mean, a dislocated wrist is being talked about. First, physiotherapy is going to be my top answer, and next, progressively yoga. I would again reiterate the importance, the significance of yoga. If it comes to joint healing, any of the recovery from any of the injuries, I think yoga is your go-to top field for you to get helped out. Of course, after when a proper physiotherapy is done by specialists at any of the medical centers. How can you get in shape in a week? Like really, I was surprised that this question came up in a way. How can you get in shape in a week? You have to be a superhuman to be out of shape for years and then expecting yourself to get in shape within amount of time certainly set up as a week as being asked here. It's a lifelong journey. You could have every week based goals. Why not try weekly smaller progress on your own health goals? From my point of view, getting in shape in a week is a scam. It's a scam, guys. It's a trap. Happy workouts, happy life. Is it a good idea to do cardio at night just before going to bed? There aren't any rules, though a routine is an advantage if you are an elite professional or thinking of being one. Right. Should I also talk about few of the things that I had to share up in experiences of life content on Quora? And one of the questions that was shared was, what is the most unfair advantage a person can have? And let me read out what it is about. So let's say, if Shushmita Sen's mother would have never helped her daughter out, would she be ever able to get that crown? Talks about Queen's life story. If A.R. Rahman's father would have ignored that his son plays the harmonium really well, would those chords be ever able to win an Oscar? Wow, what an incredible story about Sir A.R. Rahman. If PV Sindhu's parents never took a hand in a hand, would India be ever able to experience silver shine and shall I say gold and so many other triumphs of her in the master class tournaments and lot many other national international level tournaments? Behind every successful story, there is a parental support which never let their kids down. Wow. So this is so true. I mean, even according to me, parents are your only true friends for life. That are there for sure. I mean, there are a lot of amazing friends as well, and they are going to be friends for life. As our parents, there is a different class. In no matter what the situation is, 99.999 fingers crossed. The overall idea is to help and see your own kids to really prosper in whatever way possible. So behind every successful story, there's a parental support which never let their kids down. But there are a lot of Ramans who are currently preparing for JEE and NEET. There are a lot of Sindhus who are toiling hard for a respectable job. There are a lot of saints who are getting married at an early age. Marriage, that too at early age, is a concern. Parental support is an unfair advantage because not everyone is blessed with this boon. Very amazing topic, serious topic. Yeah, no, it's not a possibility that everybody is really that fortunate enough to get this boon. And parental support, yeah, you are one of the luckiest guys if you have support of both of your parents. What are the must-have gadgets for runners? Yeah, so this is being talked about ultra marathon runners or the runners who like to run at least for more than an hour. Can I say that? And to start with the kit, pair of awesome outdoor running shoes. Cut on other items budget if you have to, but get this investment right. Good body fit compression tops have good body fit compression tops. Having these turned out magical for me, as I like to run for marathons, and when I did not have this with me, I did suffer nipple cuts, which are not only common but irritating as well for runners. So nipple cuts, what I mean by nipple cuts is, when you run and if you have if you have not invested on, compression tops, as I'm talking about. So even with this, Harley Davidson sports jockey t-shirt. So if I were to go and, run for more than an hour or, taking part in a marathon, so I might experience my nipples, might experience some kind of cuts and, bit of that irritating skin rash over your nipple is the over your nipple is the most disgusting thing to have and feel. So it's better to invest in proper workout, can I say, outfit or your uniform, if you understand it that way, because yes, I am a solid believer, be it in any casual function, don't have a dress code, but for your workouts, for your running, for your any of the planned physical exercise, if you're taking part, I think you should invest not only in a standard way but heavily on your outfit, one, second on your meals, and third on the overall other fitness mantras that you have to get in your routine to get those results, right? So good body fit compression tops, having these turned out magical for me, as I like to run for marathons. Nipple cuts, which are not only common but irritating as well for runners. I already talked about nipple cuts already. So might be some glucose drink if you too into big and long running goals. So cheers, happy running, happy living. What could be a better alternative for yoga? What did I write for this? Martial arts, any day. Alternative for yoga, I think many of the things in many of the martial art forms, jiu-jitsu, taekwondo, judo, muay thai, kickboxing, I think many of the training routines at least have been derived from yoga poses as well, because I find from my experience of what I have seen, practiced, and in seen in one of the of the incredible top vlog journeys of top athletes taking part in UFCs, is that many of the things are taken up from yoga. Essentially, maybe they are not themselves aware that the poses they are practicing, the kind of repetitive single form of exercise they are practicing in martial arts or any of those forms of martial arts. Basically, in martial arts, lot of the things are like practicing a single move for more than 20 months, more than 25 months, more than why not you practice a single move for the whole year, for whole 2 years, until and unless you master it. So until and unless you master those moves, you are not getting those belts or higher ranges, right? So I have just, for the sake of writing, I have written martial arts any day as an alternative to yoga, or music, singing, reading, literature, learning anything that's creative and outside of your own mastery. Basically, mastery means outside of your comfort zone, really. But these are not really alternative to yoga, I would say. These are other hobbies that can be taken up, but yoga still is my personal best, I would say, at this point of time in my life. And just for one single reason, it takes care of your body posture really well. What is one piece of simple advice that has actually changed your life? This is interesting share. So I'm gonna quote one of the Bob Marley's quote here. You may not be her first, her last, or hers only. It's about her. She loved before, she may love again, but if she loves you now, what else matters? She's not perfect, you are not either. And the two of you may never be perfect together, but if she can make you laugh, cause you to think twice, and admit to being human and making mistakes, hold on to her and give her the most you can. She may not be thinking about you every second of the day, but she will give you a part of her that she knows you can break, her heart. So don't hurt her, don't change her, don't analyze, and don't expect more than she can give. So smile when she makes you happy, let her know when she makes you mad, and miss her when she is not there. Now I love her more, though we are not perfect, but we can be perfect couple. So after this is one of the users, imagery quote here. This is one of my favorite person who's now going to be talked about. The question is, what people are shining examples of the power of authenticity? I mean, wow. This is a great question, but for some reason I am unable to. What is it? I think it's a disconnection. So let's move on to another question. What is one habit that can transform your world forever? Wow. So I think this is gonna be about Buddhism and meditative mindset concept. So let's read what it has to say. What we can assume by this sentence, break your myth. First, try to understand why you use this. First, we should discuss some points here. You consider yourself intelligent and have great understanding, but still you are depressed or exhausted. Why? You have a very beautiful partner, but still you are looking outside for extramarital affairs. Why? You have everything which an individual aspires for, still you are not saturated. Why? You have done a great job, you get your reward, still you are restless. Why? There must be something which we are ignoring. What is it? An illusion we have created that we are living a great life and we are stopped. Our instinct is pushing us and making us restless, which is a sign to go beyond our lives. Remember, whatever you have, that's good, but this is not life. You have to enter into unknown, the divine energy. Break your myth. Where you are, this is the real life. Think beyond and find unknown, which is your real world. Buddha came out of this illusion. Mahavira came out of this illusion, and many too. When will you do this? So straight away I am going for an upvote on this, on Quora, really. I have had shared also how to give her multiple orgasms before sex. This is about sex life. This is another day's topic, but for sure, browse out my Quora profile if you want to see all of these. Right. How do I reduce the shortness of breath while running? It's a quick gym share, and I think I have written the answer to it. Let me just read out for today. Many thanks on coming up with this question about how do I reduce shortness of breath while running. So my top advice is, my top suggestion to it that enabled me actually to run Iron marathons is practicing breathing forms. Best one would be pranayam on everyday basis. If you have not heard of pranayam before, I recommend you to browse any of the YouTube videos, or go get yourself a yoga coach. He would guide you for pranayam. It's basically breathing exercise that can really help somebody who's looking for breathlessness while running. Next best could be cold showers, ice baths at consistency while you are peaking and wanting to run longer. Remember, shortness of breath mostly is felt during longer runs and happens for weak lungs, stamina. Quit smoking. If you are wanting to be into Iron marathons. Simple marathons, it's your wish, but Iron marathon, it's a different ball game. 100 miles. How easy to say it is. 100 miles, I'm gonna go and run 100 miles. Fuck you, it's not that simple, bitch. And most efficiently way to build and strength running stamina is to regularize the breathing practice along with incremental running goals. Happy workouts, happy runnings, cheers. In all of my lonely nights, you were there for me. You were there for me. Skip apart. In all of my lonely night, when I was a ghost inside, you were there for me. You were there for me. Whenever my eyes cried floods, whenever my you were there for me. You were there for me. Let's take one more. What are the 4 healthy habits for fat loss? And for this Quora question, what I had to write is this. Ideally, only one point that stands out is perseverance to the process, and the process looks like this. Just for the sake of listing my favorites on process points will be number 1, routinely exercising. Perseverance is only the thing that is playing a key role here. Plant-based diet. I don't know why I have written just plant-based diet. Maybe at that point of time I was thinking like there is an alternative to meat as well, and even today I believe in that. So plant-based diet, 2 times a day, healthy plant food works wonders. You don't want to fill yourself with food for fat loss purpose. Perseverance again. Quality sleep and water intake is gonna be 3rd point. The 4th one will be religiously following above 3, like to the point of living it as lifestyle, meaning no days off, no cheat days, human cheat days, again junk food I am meaning here. Human body doesn't understand what weekends are, what occasions are, parties, birthdays, etc. You can still be happy, rather be very very happy by treating your body with right needs, right actions, and ideal worship it needs to be able to let you work at your unique potential and gifts. Happy living, happy workouts, cheers.